Hello, welcome to the 80 Q&A practice. We're going to start off with defense questioning. This is strictly Q&A, and here are some of the words that you will be hearing. Hospital, the brief for that is HOPT. Emergency room, emergency is initial M, final J. At any time, TNT. Do you mean, DOUM. I don't remember, YOR. I don't know, YON. Do you recall, DOURL. At this time can either be written T final, initial T, final T, or TIT. You would have to flag the word tit if you want to write it as TIT. Is that correct? STHA final RK. Is that right? STHA final RT. Interrogatory, TROG. Certainly, SERNL. You're also going to hear and a half, which is NAF. Okay, so we'll get started, and this will be defense questioning, and I will read this at 80 words a minute. Ready? Now, after you were taken to the emergency room, did you receive some treatment while I was there or after I left? When you were taken to the emergency room, you did go to the emergency hospital, did you not? At some time that evening? Yes. Did you receive some treatment? Yes. What kind of treatment did you receive? I'm not sure. I guess I got my lip sewed up. By one of the doctors that was on duty at that time? I guess so. Were you then released from the emergency room? I went home sometime that night. All right. Did you, at any time after that, see another doctor? I would have to go back and look through the records. I don't remember. Do you mean that night? At any time after, not just that night. Well, somebody had to remove the stitches. Who was the doctor who removed the stitches? I don't remember. Did you also see a dentist in connection with one of your injuries? Yes. Was that for the tooth? Yes. And was that dentist a Dr. Crow? Do you recall? I don't know. And what did he do in connection with that tooth? Do you recall? X-rays and all that, I guess. As far as your lip is concerned, that is healed at this time. Is that correct? Yes. And you have no complaints regarding your lip at this particular time? Not that I know of. I notice your tooth is still broken. Is that right? Yes. Have you discussed any possible replacement with Dr. Crow? Yes. What was that discussion? To get it fixed. Was he going to put a false tooth in? I'm not sure what he was going to do. When was the last time you had a discussion with Dr. Crow about replacing the tooth? I don't remember. You don't have any other broken teeth by any chance, do you? No, I don't. So then actually, would it be a fair statement to say that you really only saw Dr. Crow one time in connection with the tooth? I think I saw him a few times. I don't know. I would have to look at the bills. Now, with regard to any other injuries that you received in the accident, what other present complaints do you have that you relate to those injuries? Nothing outside of the ankle and the knee. I guess that is about the extent of it. Well, your main treating doctor was Samuel N. Jones. Is that right? Yes. When did you last see Dr. Jones for treatment or examination relating to the injuries that you received in the accident of July 4? Well, in your answer to interrogatories, you indicated that it was in the month of April. Would that in any way refresh your recollection? That is pretty close. It would be about 2.5 years ago. When is the last occasion that you had any actual treatment for your knee or your ankle? I have had no special treatment from any doctor since the last time that I visited Dr. Jones. He said swimming was good for it, and I have done some of that. Have you done anything on your own since that April? Do you mean under the doctor's care or what he suggested to do? Certainly. Swimming or exercise. I like to play golf, but I can just barely make 9 holes before my leg gives out. Okay, we're going to switch transcripts. This is going to start with the court. Here we go. Ready? All right, Mr. Bryan, you have a witness. Thank you, Your Honor. People call Officer Newmeyer, Santa Ana Police Department. Take the stand, please. State your full name and spell your last. Gary E. Newmeyer, Newmeyer. Mr. Newmeyer, what is your occupation? Police officer. for the city of Santa Ana. How long have you been so employed? A little over 4 years. Directing your attention to the 5th of April of 2012, were you employed as a police officer with the city of Santa Ana on that date? Yes, sir, I was. Directing your attention to the early AM hours of April 5th, 2011. Did you respond to a dispatch call to the residence of Ann Rodriguez? Yes, sir. About what time did you arrive at her residence? About 3:30 a.m., 3:20 to 3:30. All right, and that concludes our Q&A for the 80 class.